Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Tiger Woods kicking the rust off his game in round 2 of the Hero World Challenge. Tiger followed up his opening round 73 with a day 2 65. Dustin Johnson and Hideki Matsuyama will be in the final group on Saturday at the Hero World Challenge. Both guys at 12 under par. Oosthuizen and Kuchar, the defending champ Bubba Watson, got off to a great start. And there is Tiger Woods vaulting up the leaderboard with a 32 on his back nine. Woods spoke to Golf Channel's Damon Hack and takes us through his round, starting with the first hole.
I had just a little chip 60-degree sandwich. I mean, I bombed a tee shot down there and had, I think, just under 80 yards to the hole.
And that set up a birdie. And we spin forward to the 6th hole. Now, this was the par 5. You didn't play the par 5s the way you wanted to yesterday.
No, I didn't. But, you know, this was a nice putt to make. It was just straight up the hill. I couldn't quite get there. And then here at 8, getting up and down, I would say it's a bad lie off the tee shot, but it was, you know, on a tee.
At the height of your power, this, of course, a hallmark for your game, the par save.
Yeah, you got to, I mean, those are big par putts to make. I made a couple of them today. Here's one of them here, just outside the left, and I hit a good one here.
And that rolls in. Now you head to the par 5 9th hole where you struggled yesterday. This your 3rd.
Yeah, we laid up today. You know, I couldn't get there. You know, so decided to hit 5-wood off the tee. 5-wood 3-iron. I had a little pitching wedge in there from 128, and I stuffed it. And it was just a little kick in there.
That set up a birdie for a front side 33 for the 2nd straight day. We go ahead to the tee shot at 12.
This was it was a perfect full 6 and just kind of hold it. And I couldn't hit it any better than that one. It was a perfect stock hole shot, and it rolled out.
That set up your 5th birdie of the day. Now heading to the 14th, also for birdie.
This was a tricky little putt. I called Joey in for the read here. It was going to hang late, and he saw I just slipped it in. I probably should have missed it to the right.
You birdied the 15th now for par, a long one at 16.
This was big. To not drop a shot, not to losing in momentum. That was a big one.
And that, of course, set up the round of 65. How does this set you up for the rest of the tournament?
Well, it feels good. I mean, as I said yesterday, I had it going through 8 holes, and I lost it and finished over par. Today was different. I turned those 2 par 5s into under par, and that's 4 shots right there. And consequently, I was able to play the middle part of the round better, turned it around, kept the momentum going, and, you know, I moved myself up the board.
Tiger Woods, in his own words, about his 65 here in day 2 of the Hero World Challenge. Ryan Burr, along with Brandel Chambly and Jim Gallagher Jr. Oh, what a difference a day can make. And so many of us are captive of the moment. Social media going wild. Tiger's back. He's the favorite at the Masters. Everyone's ready to roll on this. 65. It was impressive. What caught your attention?
Well, yesterday, at the end of yesterday, there had been 90 rounds by the best players in the world played on this golf course, and only 2 of those rounds were worse than the one that Tiger shot yesterday. So Tiger didn't go a long way towards answering the question that everybody wants to know. Can he be competitive again on the PGA Tour? But here he is with almost half of the players in the top 40 in the world, and only 2 players beat Tiger Woods today. And I think there was a moment today, really, on the 9th hole where he put a lot of the pieces of the puzzle together on this shot, because I do think that he has struggled with letting his arms get too far behind him. And on this little punch shot, he took it to the outside. He kept his right arm in a better spot. I think it helped him feel sort of a better organized downswing. He had a beautiful wedge shot in there that looked different, and then there was quite a bit of difference to his ball striking on the back 9. So to everybody, myself included, that wondered if Tiger could be competitive again on the PGA Tour, he answered that question. That's good news, great news for the PGA Tour, good news for Tiger. I'm sure Tiger is trying to return to the form that took him all the way to #1 in the world just 3 years ago, which might as well be 30 when you consider the injuries and the issues that he's overcome.
Well, and I think the putt at 8, where he made the great saving par putt at 8 to kind of keep that momentum going. But the wind was a completely different direction, so he had to make some adjustments. He made some mental errors in some of his judgments and club selection on the back 9 yesterday. He corrected that today. Gets about scoring. and he scored today. And that's one of the things when you haven't played is trying to score. I mean, it's as Kurt Byron would say, what did you shoot at the end of the round? And that's totally true. We can go through all the different stuff, but how did you do it? And he scored today. Yesterday, he turned a really good round into a poor one. Today, he kind of kept it going. He made a couple good saves, but he scored today. I think that was the key.
Important to point out, there were a lot of differences between round 1 and 2, mostly the score, but also Tiger playing by himself. With Justin Rose pulling out this morning because of a bad back, Tiger was in last place all by himself, and because there was now an odd number in the field, would go out and play by himself. A 3-hour round, really able, no distractions, no other players to deal with, and it was quite a different day for Tiger in round 2. We compare round 1 and round 2. This, of course, Tiger in the black from the first day, the 9th hole, it's driver.
Again, he struggled all day yesterday with shots missing to the left. It wasn't just driver, even iron shots, laying up with iron shots, getting the club stuck behind him because in transition his elbow was moving down. And today, well, he took a little bit more of a defensive route here. This is sort of that trap 3-wood that he likes to play, Jim.
Absolutely, and that's another, like I said, good decision-making, good comfortable swing right there, and caught the fairway. Drove it a little bit, obviously, better today than yesterday. And then on the 11th hole, he's got it into the waist area, and just a poor shot. He had it in a lot of those areas yesterday, really frustrated with that one. And when you bogey 9 and 11, par 5s, you're just giving so much away. And then we take a look today, perfect tee shot. And I think one of the better iron shots he hit of the day. And you saw the swirl, the twirl of the club. He's got that confidence. He's playing more reactionary, and he's playing with a lot more rhythm and confidence than he did probably yesterday.
And he'd make birdie there. 18, of course, questionable driver in the final round, or in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people will question from a strategy standpoint, but I do believe that Tiger was on a fact-finding mission in round number 1. And here he wanted to know if he could hit the shot. You know, tee up down the left, aim down the left, and hit a bleeder cut out there. He found out. So today, he played a little bit more defensively. He went to this sort of trap cut, which I think puts his right arm in a better spot, and he bisects the fairway. Just a high-quality golf shot there by Tiger Woods.
And that wind was left to right as the last 3 holes was, so that was really solid there.
So he finished his opening 9 holes on Thursday, 4 under in a tie for the lead of the golf tournament. And today he was 3 under, one off that pace. But the back 9 would be where the real difference showed up, as the 4 bogeys and none today. Bogey-free Tiger, 7 under, his first bogey-free round since the 2015 Greenbrier Classic. So the greens, the fairways, everything was up. Let's start with the fact that he was playing by himself. Depending on who you talk to, some say it's tough to do, to go out and play by yourself because you can get going so fast. Do you think it was a help today that he was out first by himself?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a huge benefit when you're trying to simulate sort of the routine that you can get to on the driving range. You couldn't find a better situation than to go out there, play by yourself. The golf course was relatively soft. There was relatively no wind out there. When you look at Tiger Woods, really the biggest difference between Tiger Woods, say 2010 to now, is just how shockingly different he can be from one day to the next. He can have the 36-hole lead like he did at the very last time he teed it up on the PGA Tour in Wyndham. In that event, he opened up 64-65 and then struggled most notably on Sunday, triple bogeyed on the back 9, and then after that he birdied 4 of the next 6 holes to finish out the last time he played on the PGA Tour. He's had leads and hasn't been able to be the same person on Sunday that he was on Friday. Yesterday he was 7 back, now he's 5 back. He puts himself into a position where he can start to claw away at that deficit, and it could be some of the most compelling golf in an otherwise sort of exhibition type of golf tournament.
And that's the most frustrating part as a player. You see signs of success, and then all of a sudden you get slapped back down. It never happened to him like that before, and I think those are some of the hard things he's dealing with. As you mentioned at the Wyndham, it was the 11th hole, and he got the chipping issues there on that hole, and that's where he made the triple bogey. I just think he hit a lot more fairways today, gave himself better opportunities. His iron play yesterday was pretty solid except for a couple. So gave himself better opportunities by getting the ball in the fairway today, and like you said, no wind. Perfect conditions. It's almost like they're playing out in Palm Springs. Not quite the Hope, but it's pretty close to that when you play in those conditions.
Well, we're halfway home, so 2 more days to dissect Tiger Woods and his return. Our coverage of the Hero World Challenge continues tomorrow, 11:30, right here on Golf Channel, continuing in the afternoon, 2:30 over on NBC. Still to come here on Golf Central, the most important question of all: how is Tiger's health after his first professional golf event in over a year and a half? Tiger answers that question when we come back.
Golf Central is brought to you by new Titleist 917 drivers, the standard for complete performance. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.